Hello guys, just before I start this video, if you can hear some craziness, it's obviously warm weather, people are cutting their grass and all that kind of palaver. I don't want to make this a long video in the slightest. I want to make it quick, I want to make it short and snappy, all of that. And the reason why I'm doing this video now, although I did say to myself I didn't want to film at the time that we're going through right now, because I just felt like I didn't really want to steer everyone's attention from what's going on in the world right now. But I'm getting a new bed on Friday. You'll know why that is important to me in just a second. During the last relationship and during most domestic violence relationships, the one thing that will happen to a woman or to a man, depending on who the perpetrator is rape. I was raped in my last relationship while I was pregnant with my daughter, and not a lot of my friends know about that, not a lot of my family know about that. It's something that I did keep to myself, because I think regardless of who you are, I think something like that you genuinely just keep to yourself. You keep it under wraps. It's embarrassing, it's degrading, and quite frankly, happening in a relationship, it seems pretty damn stupid as well. Like how can something like that happen when you're supposed to love and trust someone enough not to do that to you, and where sex is supposed to be a normal thing, and it just wasn't in that relationship in the slightest. And where that person wants sex all the time, and when you say no to them, they're going to strap, huff and puff in the bed, and you just think to yourself, you know what, fine, just to keep you out of your mood, I'll do it. For 2.5 years, I'd say that was the last year of the relationship that I'd say no, he'd go in a strap, and I'd have to just do it anyway, just to make him happy, just so I didn't have to deal with the moods. And it's that fear that he'd cheat again. And I think in most domestic violence relationships, if you've been cheated on, or even in normal relationships, if you've been cheated on, you want to make sure you can do anything in your power to keep your man with you and not rolling around with other women. Like, there's just, you do anything. And if it means having sex when you don't want to, fine. But there's one particular time where he knew I didn't want to, and he did it anyway. And I don't mean that whole typical, oh, I don't want it, but I'm gonna do it. I mean, I had tears rolling down my face. I did not make a single noise. I did not moan once. I was crying, right? And that's why me getting a new bed is relevant. This is the bed it happened on. We've had this bed, well, I've had this bed since I was pregnant with Tarai, my 2-year-old. We bought this bed, and we've had this bed for a long time. The mattress, everything. It's all him. Every bed sheet I've had, him. He slept on every bed sheet I have put on my bed thus far. It's so freaking difficult. It's throwing my healing off in so many ways, where it's just like, so half the time I don't even want to be in the house, because there's so much that his energy is on, and everything I look at, he's touched. Everything I look at, he's touched, or he put together, or anything like that. And I've explained this to my mom, and she's agreed, but she said the main thing I need to get rid of is the bed. The main thing. Everything else will take its time. Everything else will go with time, but the main thing is the bed, because I sleep on this bed. I go down into my slumber on this bed. I wake up in this bed. If I ever have my 2-year-old in the bed with me, and he looks a spitting image of his dad, mind you. If I ever have my 2-year-old in the bed with me, and I wake up in the morning and I look at him, automatically I think it's his dad, and I'll like jump. And then I realise within that split second, oh, it's only Tarai. Like, my behave, it's okay. It's only Tarai. It's your son, that's your baby. That's the difficult part, is when your kids look so much like the person. He knows about that situation, mind you. He knows. We did speak about it very briefly, like way after it happened. We spoke about it very briefly. He knows what he did that day, and it didn't really bother him much. But he didn't care as long as he was getting what he wanted. It didn't really faze him, didn't bother him in the slightest, to be honest with you. But it's something that I've had to deal with, and something I've had to live with, and something I've had to cope with, and it's been very, very difficult. I think it's the one part of the whole relationship that really does throw me off, especially because I was pregnant with my daughter when it happened. I think that's the main part of it that does throw me off. And it's also something that I have tried to avoid talking about. It's something I've avoided telling the story on. I'm not going to go into detail of how it happened when it happened. I ain't gonna go into detail about all of that. The main things you needed to know was that it was what it was, and it is what it is. And the part of it that kind of makes it more difficult is that no one knew about it. No one knew about it. I only really told my mum after the situation had happened. I haven't told any of my other family members about it, so here you go. I told my mum after the 7th of Jan, just to let her know, and when I had the police come down to obviously talk to me, and they were asking me about all of the kinds of abuse that was going on in the relationship, I had to tell them that. I had to tell them that. Because when she asked me, is there, what was the emotional abuse? What was the mental abuse? What was the financial abuse? What was it? Like, tell me. I told her. And then she said, was there any sexual abuse? And now, for people that know me and friends that know me, especially friends that know me, y'all know that my face speaks before my mouth does. My face talks volumes, right? My facial expressions, I could be mute and my face will speak for me. And I went quiet, and she looked at me and she said, your silence speaks volumes. And she asked me to be honest. And I said, fine. I'll be real and I'll be honest, because, yo, what hurts me the most about that situation as a whole, and I think it's probably the worst because he was so manipulative and so deceiving. I was raped back in 2016 too, right? Or was it 2000? No, it was 2016. It was like April or May 2016. When I was in another relationship with someone that he actually knew. A relationship I was in after that was someone else that he had known. And he tried to do what he wanted to do to me while I was asleep. So my ex knew about them situations. And he said, oh, I'd never do that to you. I can't believe they did that. Where was I? If I had known that they had done something like that to a girl, it would have been mad. He claimed that even his sister was raped. So why would you do it to somebody? But then what also pisses me off about that is the fact that something had happened to his sister and he had confided in one of them exes that had done it to me before. That's what pissed him off. Like, how can he do that to you when he knew what happened to my sister? How can you do that to me knowing what happened to your sister? Anyway, there's a lot that goes into that, and I feel like that's the one part of it that really did mess with my head on so many levels, because when you know someone's been through stuff and, they use you as a scapegoat, they use you as leverage. They just use ya. Long story short, innit? They just use ya. And the gratefulness I feel to not be in that situation anymore is beyond me. It's above me. The gratefulness that I feel to not have to be lied to 24/7 or to be manipulated 24/7, or just to not feel invisible 24/7. Do you know what I mean? Gaining the trust back from my 2-year-old to trust me to be happy, to not hear me laugh and get scared. He used to hate hearing me laugh. He hated hearing me laugh. It was a loud noise. It was emotion. He hated it. Now he laughs with me. Now he'll laugh with me and smile with me and all that kind of stuff. My daughter's the exact same. She's just so full of joy. I get to experience that. I get to witness that. They help with my healing, and my healing helps them. Me being a better person and me being a happier person helps my children flourish and helps them grow, and also helps me be a better mom and not be so angry or upset because of the flashbacks of the past hurt. Because whenever a flashback comes, I just think, you know what? The past can't hurt me. It's already happened. It's already done. What am I hurting for? The past cannot hurt me. No more. It can't hurt me no more. Nothing's on pause no more. The development is not on pause no more. It's moving, and it's moving around. It's moving along nicely. So everyone deserves to live better, do better, feel better. Everyone deserves that. It's rough. It's difficult raising 3 children as a single mom, but it's so worth it. So worth it. I'd rather this than for them to see abuse and feel mummy's energy just being so low and being so disgusting and being so cold. You live and you learn, and it is what it is, isn't it? But again, I didn't want to make it a long video, but unfortunately it is. I've been very scared to talk about and very worried to talk about because I know it's very deep. And also, may I add that I read this guy at the back of my hands. I can read him like an open book. He told me he changed after the 5 times that he put hands on me. He fakes it until he makes it. Now, girls that have been in abusive relationships, y'all know that cycle. Y'all are very, very, very aware of that cycle. Oh, I'm changed. I'll do better. I'll get help. Yeah. The reason that they end up feeling better is because they surround themselves with people that they can manipulate. I can't be manipulated. I can't be deceived because my gut instincts are very, very, very strong to where I will kind of block myself out from certain things. There was just certain things that were very hard to block myself out from because they were very, very tactical. They were very skilled. They were very well put together. But yeah, don't fake it until you make it. If you're not happy, you're not happy. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're upset, you're upset. Get the help you need. Don't fake it until you make it, because then the truth and the reality of everything will come out, and it will come out onto the wrong person. It will. You will get so frustrated with your own lies that it will all come out onto one person, the wrong person. But yeah, I just wanted to make that quick. And I'm sorry that it's a very deep video and it's not the same energy that I've had. But honestly, until I get my truth out, the energy and the vibes, they're not going to come in yet. But yeah, I hope you've tried to enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having. Well, hopefully if you're in the UK, and maybe everywhere else as well. I don't know what the weather's like everywhere else, but I hope you have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you are in the world. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.